Hello everyone. So today is a bit different other than just doing a flip through and stuff. Later on today I'm going to go through the decks that I am parting with. It's a new year, you normally have a spring clean. I've done it. A little bit of my room. Still a mess, but getting there. And sorry, just making sure I'm not hitting the mic. These are decks that I tried to get along with, and even over Christmas while I was sick. We're going to get into them and just go through them, and they're posted in some Facebook groups for selling decks or trading them, but I also have a Depop, so I will post that there as well. But yeah, if you want them, you can go ahead. I will say now, this is just a disclaimer and stuff. If you're shipping to the US, it is about €16 with tracking, but if you buy more than one deck, it's obviously going to be more, because we go by weight of the package and the size of the package. So if it's a box, it would be more; if it's a package, it'd be less, that kind of thing. So just fair warning there. So if you see the Depop postage thing, that's just like an average or a roundup, but if you do message me on that, work something out then. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, so first up are just two books that I found and I never used. I do have other crystal books, like I'm using this one a lot, which is the Crystal Healing. It's brilliant. It's amazing. I love it, by Philip Permut, and it's just beautifully done. It's color coded. So you go, oh, I have a red crystal, I go to the red section. If I have a black crystal, I go to the black section. Makes sense. This one, however, is more of a diary and an exercise book, and I did not know that. I think I was gifted this, and I just never used it. So it's never been used. There's a DVD to follow. I think the DVD is region locked to region 1. I think I'm region 1. Yeah, region 1 is about Europe and stuff. So Americans, you may need to try a converter on your laptop if you want to use that. And the other one is this really old book. I got a lend of it from a friend. What year was it published? My goodness, this is going to be interesting. Wow, 1986. But the reprint was 1993, so it's a 1993 book. I put it down for a $5, but I'll work out something smaller for anyone who wants it. It's just a astrology book deck. Do you hear me? I'm so used to saying deck. So there's a chapter on each of the star signs and all their characteristics and what their chart does and stuff. Very interesting. I did find a random photo in it though, so I got rid of that. But they're the two books out of everything else. But now we're going on to decks. First off is the well-known Animal Spirit Oracle. I've had this for nearly, I think, a year or two. I don't think I ever did a flip through on the YouTube channel, right? I think I did it on my Facebook page. I have no idea. It's been so long. I've studied this. I've used it for my personal readings, and I can't grasp it at all. The art is beautiful, the concept is beautiful, but I just cannot connect with it or anything really. I tried to make a little cheat sheet for myself and everything else, and I just went, no, I think it's time to pass this on. I even kept the sleeve, the little rainbow sleeve, because I've had this about a year, and it's because it's been used and stuff. It's down to about €20, about that, give or take, conversion charges and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's up for sale because or trade. I don't really have anything I want at the moment, because all the ones I want are on Amazon for pre-order. So I'm like, I don't know what to do there. You can't go, do you want to pre-order that for me? You can't do that, you know what I mean? So I'm at that point where my wish list is empty, which is rare for me. But my wish list is empty until April, because that's when the release dates are for some of the decks. I know. I just posted a video about using this and wanting to use it, and then I looked at it compared to my other Ciro Marchetti decks, like the Gilded Tarot and the Tarot Grand Deluxe, and this one is just, it's 2009, so it's 10 years difference. It's not the art I'm concerned about. It's more the way the layout is of this deck. Let me just get it out here now. I'm normally not one to give the deck a try. Like, I would do a thorough one like I did with the Animal Spirit one, but whoop, oh. But this one is just, it's not the art, it's just, I don't know, can't really grasp, sorry, I can't grasp it really. As beautiful as it is, like, I just, see, the death card really got me as well, because I went, that doesn't really look like the death. I know it does, but I'm still thinking Rider-Waite-Smith, you see. And that looks like Judgment more than the Temperance card. These are just opinions and reasons why, like that, it's as beautiful as it is, it doesn't look like the Star card. The moon doesn't have the dogs. Like I said, like, I did try after that video. Now, I posted that video I think a week later. I've no idea. I have to check the timestamp on it. I was just so sick, and I was like trying to use it while sick. So this one is on sale. So yeah, the Ciro Marchetti Legacy of the Divine Tarot is one I'm parting with as well. I think some of you are going to be shocked when you see this next one. I know. This was a tough one to come to terms with letting go, because I did use it. I'd use it privately and on my own, on myself first, you see, to see if I can read it. Because there's no point in getting a deck and like do readings for people and I can't understand the deck. So this is one of the first. It's another Oracle deck. As beautiful as it is, like compared to its tarot sister, which is the Everyday Witch Tarot, it's beautiful. Like, it's lovely. It's just, there's a lot of like rebirth and rejuvenation. Like, there's a lot of word jargon on it. I feel for me, like, make a move, that's fine, but for me, the picture doesn't go with the meaning, if you that makes sense. Like, make a move could be dating or career, like cleansing body and spirit, that's fine. Like, you know, bathing yourself. I just couldn't use it. So it's just been sitting there in the box as well, like like I'll use it and then come back and so on. Like, it's a lovely deck, don't get me wrong, so that's up for trade or sale or whatever. I'm parting with that one, but if there's someone who wants it, I can also pass it on as well to a friend. So that one is on the list. I'm sorry I'm getting very vague answers. I just kind of have to go through them all. So there's some I just didn't connect with. I just couldn't connect with this one, unlike its tarot. So that's simple as that. Okay, the Scarabeo Tarot is up next. This one, I love the Scarabeo Tarots, like anything by Le Scarabeo, but the Le Scarabeo Tarot itself is interesting. I'm sorry, I'm doing it one-handed for a second. Like the way it normally is, like it has the frame and stuff. It's just very, everything's upside down and left to right, of course it is. It's just very, I don't know, I tried to connect with it and I just went, oh, it's just not doing it for me. That's what got me. The Hierophants look like the anonymous guy off YouTube. I don't know. Queen of Wands always looks pretty. I think it's just there's so much text on it that made me go, no, I can't do this. There's too much text on it. And the backing is just the Scarabeo logo. And I went, that could have been nice. It's just a solid black backing rather than with the scarab on it. So that one is going to be rehomed. Okay. Onward to the next one. The Happy Tarot. The Happy Tarot, as cute and bubbly and cute, and I've said cute already, but I don't care. As lovely as it is, I tried to do a reading with it on myself, might I add, and with my sisters, because it was for my sisters. It just wasn't giving the blunt truth. Like, it was sugarcoating everything too much, I feel. But given that it's like, you know, this is a candy cane rather than a wand. There's the backing as well. The backing's beautiful. Like, it was just sugarcoating everything too much. I'm just going to fast forward here a bit. Of course, back to the wands. But like, it was just sugarcoating stuff too much. It's great for children, I think. If there was like a preteen maybe going into tarot, this would be a good one for them, I think. Not for my age group. As cute as it was, like, you know, it's adorable. Like, look at that, working hard. Like, it's a little bit, yeah, and the cups are bowls of pudding. It just didn't do the straightforward tarot aspect of things. Like, it's very cutesy, and I don't mind cutesy. Just not for tarot. Like, I had the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I had that. As you can tell, I said had. And as pretty and pastel as it was, same as this one, like, it's cute and all, I just didn't like how it was sheltering me from the truth, if that makes sense. It was sheltering you a lot. Like, this was sheltering you from all the blunt things, like, compared to like how the next one, which is Morgan Greer, is going to be pretty, like, you know, the swords are stabbing people, stabbing a heart, all that stuff. Like, it's very child friendly. So this one is up for rehoming. Morgan Greer, I have the tin one, and I'm keeping the tin version. That's the only reason why I don't use the full size, I use the tin one all the time. So I might as well rehome the full size. So let's see. I'll see if I'll get the tin one real quick. In the depths of beyond. They're panicking, like, where is it? So the tin version, I think I did a comparison on this. This one's more contrast than this one. But as you can see, like, it's been scuffed and stuff. It's been in my handbag. It's been in my college bag. That's how long I've had this. But it's such a nice size. Like, this is the tin version. I just like the tin version better. Cute and straight to the point. It's a cute size. I'm gonna keep saying cute. As the devil comes up, I say cute. It's a nice little pocket size for what it is. Oh, what was that? There's a spider in there. Oh, that's nice. So this is the full size one. It's just the full size. That's it. I'm so doing this badly because, you see, you're in a different. The camera's in a different position, so I have to go around it. But do you know what I mean? Like, this is nice and gory. I love how I said gory. Straight to the point. Being very unprofessional with my card disposal thing here. But, like, this is the one that got me. Alright, this one. If I can find it in the tin one, you'll see the difference. Now, I'm not saying don't buy don't buy the full one, it's because of XYZ. And I'm like, no, this is the reason why I want to part with it. And such, so let's see now. Knight of Swords. The contrast is such a big difference, like, whereas like in the pocket one, you can actually see the faces of people. Now in person this is much darker. I know you can see that. This one, he looks like he's just come out of a blood drenched battle, whereas he's just like, he did it like swiftly. Do you know what I mean? You can see the difference, and the backings are just the same, so don't worry about that. But yeah, one of the reasons is just because I have the tin, and I like the tin. I like the tin, and that's the only reason I want to part with this one. Now, to some of you, this is a deck that's like a necessity in some people's collections or the way they use it. But for me, I've had this for about, I think 2 years now, and I've tried to use it, and I can't. Like, I studied the book. Now, I don't have the one with the big book, I just have the deck size one, so it's not the book set, if that makes sense. But it's the Druidcraft Tarot. Everyone's just like, blasphemy! How dare you! Oh my god, how dare you get rid of this deck. There's a reason. As much as I want to love it and want to use it, like, the book is phenomenal. Like, I love it. Even this little one. Like, this little one is just phenomenal. It's just, the art is beautiful. The size is ridiculous. Like, it's big. It's a big one. There's just I just can't seem to connect with it. I know that's gonna be an excuse for a lot of them. Like, I even love that, the High Priest, rather than the Hierophant. And then there's the Lord instead of the Emperor. There's one that the Death card is great. It's like a witch. Oh, but I will say the swords, like the courts, are beautiful. Like, I love this. I love it. To be honest, I do love it. I just think it deserves to be used by someone who will actually use it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than sitting in a box waiting. And it has these other cards that I didn't understand what they were. And I went, that should be the world card or whatever number it is. Like, this is number 14. So I was like, oh, that should be Temperance. I think it's after the Death card. But I didn't know what it was. And I couldn't remember it. I love the Strength one. Like, that's great. That's very Celtic and Druid. And even the Banburies are in them. Like, it's a great deck. Don't get me wrong. Like the Lady instead of the Empress. Three of Cups. I've tried doing readings for myself, for others. I've even tried to do them on a video like this, and I'll watch it back and be like, yeah, you don't like that, and that reading is so bad. Three of Swords. Can't remember what the other one's called. There's another one in this. But yeah, like, so this one has not been trimmed or edged or anything, and people tend to trim it, or edge it. And when it came around to having all the stuff I needed to edge stuff, the first thing that came to me was it wasn't even this deck. So I'd rather it go to someone who would actually use it, or want to edge it, or whatever, you know, as long as it's like, it's used for its reasons rather than sitting there and not being connected with. Because I've had that for 2 years, sitting in the box. Even though I've studied it and learned it, there's some cards I'm just like, what is this? Like, I was like the same with the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Duggan. I love that deck, but there's just 2 cards in there that made no sense. And because I was still learning at the time, like more rather than depending on the book and kind of just going intuitively, it was so hard. So this is the same thing with this. I think I just couldn't grasp it, so I'd rather it go to someone who would actually use it. That's pretty much it. Next up, a Kyle Gray one. There's another one over there, not Kyle Gray, but oh, there actually is another Kyle Gray one in the bag. I was like, I can get 2 Kyle Gray ones. This one is the Keepers of Light Oracle. When I got it, it did its job, right? It did its job perfectly. I got some guidance and I got it. And now I have Goddess decks, which I use more. I use more of the Goddess decks than this. But that backing is beautiful. And the purple box. And the purple box is just phenomenal. Like, and the little book, it's great, you know, straightforward. Very Hay House. I just, as much as I want to use this, I don't relate to every of the light seekers or keepers, like the people, like the figures they use. Like, I don't relate to any of them other than Mary. Is it Mary? I think. Like, Callie, I would relate to so much. Like, she's beautiful. Horus, a little bit of Horus. Where is she now? I think she's at the top, is she? Where is Mary? Yeah, like, where is she? Diana, I would a bit, and Mary Magdalene. But I have a deck called Mary Magdalene, so I just use that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have a deck, like, if I just wanted stuff from Mary, I'd use my Mary. What's it called? I know which one it is. It's the Alana Fairchild one. And I use that one all the time. Like, there's some of them that are amazing and great, but I just can't. I don't use it anymore because I don't need it, if that makes sense. Like, that's it. I just don't need it. Because I have my Goddess decks, and I have my, what's the other one? I have my, like, the Mary deck. It's like, what is it? It's gonna annoy me what the name of that is. Mother Mary Oracle. That's what it's called. Mother Mary Oracle. Like, I use that one all the time. So I'm just reducing it down a bit because, like, I don't need this much help. I've found who my guide is, and it's Mary Magdalene. So the Virgin Mary, and that's my guide. So simple as that. I found my guide. I'm going to use her from now on, along with a few others, but Mary's mostly it. And that's that. It's just, it needs to be rehomed. That's pretty much it. Okay, next up is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. I couldn't. I had to take a break. This is later in the day. I had to take a break from that Doreen Virtue incident. I don't think I'll post it in this video, but oh goodness. Of all the animal cards to pick, I picked the koala. So the reason why I'm getting rid of this one is because, again, I don't really use this type of deck. But I do use my other, as I say, Goddess Tarots, Goddess decks and stuff. And self-help cards and energy cards instead. So that's the reason why I'm just moving on from this one. Because it's just, again, it served its purpose. And I just didn't really... I couldn't connect with it fully, if that makes sense, because I went, this is only... It's like when you know it's temporary. I don't know. You just know. So that is Angels and Ancestors Oracle by Kyle Gray. Next up is the Ciro Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams. Now, I love Ciro Marchetti as much as the next person. Just this one. When was this published? Let me see. 2015. The layout of this one is interesting. It comes like this, like it came like this in the box. It's from a trade, so I'll just get these ones here. Like, it's nice, don't worry. It's really pretty. And artistically appealing. I think I have enough of his work, and I want to save up to get the Marchetti Tarot, which is a lot. I find this one funny. It's like the dog. It's like they went to heaven. The dog's just like, everything's mine. But yeah, and that's the backing there as well. So this one is up as well for sale. So yeah, there's just some I just didn't connect with over the holidays. So that's one of them. No to panic. I have the Centennial, the tin and the full version. This is the borderless edition. I just don't use the borderless one as much as I thought. I use the other one. This is probably still in order actually. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was. And it comes with some extra bits of artwork here. From Pixie herself. So the borderless one is just up for grabs. Oh, 7 of Swords are in there. Anyway. I don't mind it, it's fabulous as it is, I just don't use it. Whereas I prefer the bordered one. I've bonded with it and connected with it, and even with the tinned one. I just haven't used this one, and it's just darker green on the back. But yeah, so that one's up for sale as well, or trade, if I had anything I wanted. Yeah, that's that one. I just didn't bond with it as much as I thought I would. Did I just put the... I know that's an excuse going, I didn't bond with it. I was like, it's the truth, I just didn't. Because I have the Centennial as it is, and the tin version as well. So, on to the next one. Now, this one I recently got before November, October. I've been using it since on myself, and I don't know what it is. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's gorgeous, like, don't get me wrong, I just can't wrap my head around it. Because I have decks a lot like this, like that go, oh, the keyword and then a picture. So I have loads of fairy ones that do that. So I don't really need a witch one. I know this one is, there's going to be a familiar one by this artist and author. But I have a few in mind. I'm just being very diligent in what I buy now. So, like, they're gorgeous artwork. Like, it's just no need for it in my life because I already have other ones and it's gilded. So yeah, that's gilded as well. So that one's up as well. That's going to be up for grabs for being rehomed. Now, the next three are kind of on the out of print rare section. I'm going to start with the one that's a bit on the fence because it's not really out of print, but this version is going out of print, and there's a new version in a circular box tin, I think, coming out. But I'm on the fence about it because it's lovely, it's beautiful. Like, it's just circular decks are hard to read, and the worst thing is I have one coming on the way, which is easier to read because it doesn't have these symbols. It'll have the name and then the keyword. It's beautiful though. The cardstock is phenomenal. Like, it's amazing compared to the other one I had. But this one I just found it and just went, oh, I'll give it another go. And I couldn't. Because the artwork doesn't really go with what it means. Like, this is the Five of Swords. It's not Rider Waite at all. That's the Temperance. The Hierophant. 6, the Lovers. Four of Swords. Some of them do make sense, like he's meditating, that makes sense, he's resting. Two of Pentacles. This is a new one in this deck. So the snake wasn't in the other one. Two of Pentacles. So he's making, I don't know why it's a snake, it's like he's shedding his skin. I have not posted anything on this deck on my channel. Yeah, the more you stare at it, the more you realise it's a woman in a dress. Not an elf. Two of Swords. Like she's shielding herself. Stuff. It's really good. It's a really pretty deck. I'm just on the fence about it because it's circular. I will probably give that another go. That's why I'm on the fence. And I'm on the fence because it's such an odd pricing at the moment. Because there's a new update. This one, it's the updated version, but there's now a new updated version coming out this year. So they won't be purple, they'll be like that purpley blue, they'll be white and be in a circular tin. And this one is going for in between retail and going up in price because some of them go from retail to like a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm on the fence about it because I'm going to wait, see what the story is. If not, I'll just keep giving it a go. So on to the next one. The Art Nouveau Tarot by Matt Myers. Now this is from a trade, so it is pre-owned. I've had to sellotape some parts, so the box is in bad condition because it was transported and everything, so it's been loved. That's all I say, it's been loved. And I will say though, this death card, that's the most beautiful and like effeminate like death card I've seen. And it's a lovely deck, like it's gorgeous. Just don't use it, simple as. Because like I love the majors, they're all this kind of art style. And then the minors go into a stainless window. That's the end card. And that's an end card. And now we're backwards. But like it's gorgeous. But I have the Mucha Tarot, which I use for my Art Nouveau style readings if I wanted to get some Art Nouveau. Then this one, I don't know why it reminds you of someone from the 80s. I can't think of her name. She's very 80s looking. Like from a film, I can't think of it. But this one is on the higher end of things because it's out of print. And like it's from, I think it's from 1986. So this one is out of print. This one, because it's been used and loved, it's not the ridiculous price, it's in a reasonable price for an out of print deck. It's just the unicorn is just battered. So this box is just the only thing that's battered. So that's like docked down the price obviously as well. So that's going up as well. And finally, we have the Fate Shifters Tarot. This one's on the high end of things. It's not out of print, it's not rare, it's just hard to obtain. Now I have divided it up. So this is the tarot, these are the astrology cards. Oh no, it's the other way around. These are the tarot and that's the astrology cards. Because there's so many of them. Like I think so, yeah. Because there's some alternate cards in it. Get back in there. There's some like alternate versions of it as well. I don't mind it. It's nice. The backing though could be a bit nicer, to be honest. It's a bit like of a kind of like a card game thing. Like I can't think what they're called. Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I love the High Priestess, she's beautiful. The Empress. The Emperor. Like it's a fabulous thing. Like there's the North Node, South Node, and then it goes into the planets. I think I've mixed them up, but hey, because I was probably taking pictures of the cards. But yeah, it's never been touched, like it's just been sitting there because I've just used the other decks. That's on the higher end of things because it came from Thailand. So that's the only reason it's a tiny bit higher than normal, because it's hard to obtain. So that is the decks I'm parting with for the new year. Just moving on from them. Could do a clear out. I always do that. Do a quick, every 6 months do a clear out, because it will accumulate and then you go, have I used that in the last 6 months to a year? And then I do a 2 week reconnecting with the deck and using it, stuff like that. And sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it does. Like during that filming there, I reconnected with that deck. This one, the Animal Tarot. Because I was going to put it up, but then that koala card turned up. And I went, oh, I can't, because it's an animal deck. So I'm going to give it another go. And yeah, so I'll see you all very soon. I'll see you all again very soon. And I'm going to do the flip through for the Enchanted Dreams Tarot. So I'll leave that there, guys. And I'll see you all very soon.